breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
As tens of thousands of suffering Americans battle the aftermath of the catastrophic hurricane that ripped through their communities, liberals keep wanting to play politics with the event as they continue to draw comparisons with how Trump is handling that hurricane to how Obama handled natural disasters while he was president. After Obama's numerous blunders over the past week, where his relentless antics of pretending to be president continued to backfire, now we're learning what Obama did with $1.1 million shortly after Trump announced he'd be donating $1 from his personal bank account to help the flood victims. Ever since the first storm clouds began to form over Texas, liberals have been anxiously waiting for Trump to screw up so they could paint him as an uncaring a-hole. But they've been wildly disappointed. Governor Greg Abbott has been giving constant praise to Trump's response to the crisis, saying that Trump's expedient efforts has triggered all the resources of FEMA to help Texas, giving both FEMA and President Trump a grade of A for their handling of the disaster. Trump has not only pledged to give $1 million of his own money to hurricane victims, but has pulled out all the stops to send in as many resources and assets to Texas as possible, including Navy warships to provide security and support with evacuations, and even sent in Marine units several days ago to help with the rescue. President Trump's incredible response has only made Obama look like even more of an uncaring jackass, as we're now witnessing a stark difference between how these men handled the national disasters in America. Who can forget the images of Obama whacking golf balls on Martha's Vineyard last August after the catastrophic flood that left 40,000 Louisianans homeless and swimming around in dirty swamp water? Or the disgusting 13-page memo that Obama sent to the state and local officials of Louisiana, warning them not to act like racists, while they were handing out federal aid as President Trump sets a shining example of charity by donating a whopping $1 million of his own money to hurricane victims. We're learning how Obama just spent his $1 million. According to a Congressional Research Service memo, Obama's continued lavish lifestyle as he spent 2018 vacationing and jet-setting around all year will cost the American taxpayers a whopping $1,153,000, the highest living expenses of any living ex-president. Former President Barack Obama will cost taxpayers $1,153,000 next year, according to a Congressional Research Service memo. That amount will make Obama's expenses the highest of the 5 living ex-presidents, The Washington Times reported. Obama's $1,153.00 budget request for 2018 is nearly $100,000 more than that of former President George W. Bush, and around $200,000 higher than for former President Bill Clinton. Former President George H.W. Bush has requested $942,000, while former President Jimmy Carter comes in at $456,000, The Times reported. A large portion of the former president's budgets go toward leasing office space, such as the $536,000 cost for Obama's office in Washington, $518,000 for Clinton's setup in New York City, and $497,000 for Bush 43's office in Dallas. Bush 41's space is much cheaper, located in Houston and costing $286,000, while Carter's space in Atlanta is a relative bargain at only $115,000, The Times reported. We finally have a president in office who truly cares about the people he leads and is doing an incredible job taking care of the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Despite President Trump's A rating from the governor of Texas, liberals will continue to spend their time trying to politicize the event in an effort to push the narrative that our president is a non-empathetic a-hole. If liberals really want to play this game and point fingers at politicians who have exhibited a lack of concern for suffering Americans, they need to take a closer look at their little golf ball